So, this is going to be a vlog about my thesis. Dun dun! So recently I have been working on my thesis proposal, and our thesis proposal is finally due this Sunday. So it's a very exciting time for me because I'm finally in that stage in my academic life where basically my life revolves around my thesis. And our draft is due on Sunday and today's Friday. So this whole weekend I will be vlogging. Hopefully I don't forget. And it's basically going to be just a work/productivity vlog, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. I also feel like filming this and just recording it and walking through my thought processes right now is also going to help me later on when it's time to defend and when all of this is over, and I just feel like it'll be fun to look back at. So yeah, join me this week. And right now it's pretty early, it's around 9 a.m. so I'm just going to go and have some coffee and maybe you guys can join me. Okay, so I'm taking a break, and one of my biggest frustrations is I have this painting from my friend Mars that just keeps on falling. One of the things that I love about my library room is that I basically get to hang up different pieces of artwork that were created by my friends and that just mean a lot to me and which I really like. But this one painting has been giving me all sorts of trouble. So this is by my friend Mars. I'll leave a link to her Instagram below, and she basically gifted this to me, and I'm so frustrated because I've tried so many different methods. I've tried mounting tape, I've tried command hooks, and I've tried blue tack, or a version of blue tack that is white, but for some reason it still keeps falling, and I don't know why it's like that. So anyway, struggle with me. I think maybe the tack that I put on wasn't sort of thick enough, so I might support it like in these middle areas instead of just the corners. I'm hoping that will do for now. It's back to me reading about elites and ilustrados in Philippine culture.
Bluetooth mode.
Hello everyone, so it's nighttime now. It's around 10:58 p.m. and my hand is killing me from taking all of the notes and listing down the citations, and I've had like this epiphany moment, so I think I'm satisfied enough with my thesis work today to kind of give it a rest and yeah, just pick it back up again tomorrow. So today I had this revelation that was very like relieving to me, because okay, so here's the thing about my thesis. It has a lot to do with poetry and film, and if you watched my first episode of Thesis for my comprehensive exam, I was watching a lot of Audrey Hepburn films because initially I had been interested in sort of exploring her filmography, but then after I passed the comprehensive exams, my thesis mentor kind of brought something up which is very interesting to me, which is about the Philippine context and how it's important also to acknowledge, number one, the post-colonial aspect of things, where inevitably everything that we sort of do as a culture that is sort of trying to move away from the colonial experience also inevitably kind of harkens back to that. So for example, he said that, okay, because for my thesis, my defense for wanting to study Audrey Hepburn's filmography is that that was the original template that a lot of the films that are produced locally also follow. So for example, there's this film with Dayanara Torres and Aga Mulak that came out, I think, in 1994. And in it, Aga is a jeepney driver and Dayanara is a princess, and they sort of have this one day around Manila where they frolic and she's just able to be herself. So a lot of people don't know that that was actually an adaptation of Roman Holiday, which stars Audrey Hepburn and Gregory Peck, and it follows something similar, except instead of like a jeepney driver, Gregory Peck is a journalist, and they go around Rome just, you know, doing normal people things, basically. So yeah, that was kind of my defense for that, and my thesis mentor said something interesting to me, which is, yes, like maybe that was the template, but it's also interesting and a lot more relevant also if you explore the products of that template sort of being adapted into our culture, because inevitably, even if it is an adaptation, there are still things that change and there are still nuances there which need to be and are more interesting to explore. So I, in short, was trying to find a way in which all of my research on Audrey Hepburn and also my fascination with her, I guess, could still be used for changing my concept or tweaking it to kind of accommodate a more local context. And today I found it. I found this very interesting journal article on JSTOR, which is called Sharon, as in Sharon Cuneta, Sharon's Noranian Turn, Stardom, Embodiment, and Language in Philippine Cinema. And oh my god, this paper is just chef's kiss. Like, it makes me so freaking happy. It's by Bliss Kualim, and basically it discusses how Nora Honor is kind of this amazing phenomenon, because she was the first brown-skinned Morena actress to get cast in a system that was dominated by these mestiza and mestizo film stars. And it sort of talks about how it's interesting that Nora kind of made it possible for the big studios to continue in that era because she brought in so much money to Sampaguita, which was the studio But at the same time, she also kind of marked an end of the rule, so to speak, of these mestizos and mestizas in film. And my mind was just like freaking blown. And I finally found the link that would allow me to link my research on Audrey to my research on Nora. And that is, Audrey Hepburn basically defied the bombshell stereotype. She was the kind of person that people gravitated to because they felt like they knew her. They felt like she was their friend, as opposed to, let's say, Marilyn Monroe, who women always saw as competition. She was basically like the steal your man kind of girl, whereas Audrey was more of like the, you know, like, I'm your friend and I'm classy and you kind of want to be me kind of girl. And in that same vein, Nora was kind of like that too, whereas people like Susan Roses and Amalia Fuentes had this sort of aspirational effect to them, where normal Filipinos would look up to them because they were mestiza. They looked American, Spanish, and Nora looked like everyone else. She was this brown-skinned girl from the barrio, and yeah, and she made it, and people love that. So, oh my god, I'm so happy. I'm so happy about this revelation. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go and enjoy my Friday evening now. I'm probably gonna read a little bit more from this beautiful book that I've been reading, which is Elites and Ilustrados in Philippine Culture. I know it still sounds thesis-y, like, and I will be using it for my thesis, but at least it's a little bit fun. And maybe I'll even watch some fun like K-pop or K-drama stuff. Right, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. It's a new day of even more thesis. So yesterday I was able to go through 2 out of the 4 remaining sources that I need to read before I start sort of integrating the new material into my already existing material for my thesis proposal. So that's what's on the itinerary today. It's early-ish in the morning right now. It's around it's not early pala. It's around 10:38 or something. It's early for me this weekend though, because Kevin and I stayed up late last night. We ordered some of that Jollibee late night snack goodness. So yeah, I have a therapy session actually at 11. I have been going to therapy since August last year, and I think it's definitely one of the things that has really helped me cope with anxiety and with just everything that's happening in the pandemic. So yeah, we are going back into ECQ type of lockdown, which is enhanced community quarantine, meaning nothing's gonna be open and everyone kind of strictly has to stay home, which on the one hand is fine because it's too scary, like the Delta variant spreading, but at the same time it's just a band-aid solution. And I sound like a PSA, and we have to vote better in 2022, but okay. Anyway, so yeah, right now I'm gonna make coffee and maybe have a bite to eat before my therapy session, which starts in like 15 minutes, and I'll take you guys with me. Hello everyone. It's around 5:15 now. Sorry, I turned the AC on because it's just too hot. Mainit sa Pilipinas, mga friends. And so yeah, okay, I think I'm done listing down sources for today. So for tonight, I will mostly be preoccupied with writing the actual proposal proper. So yes, so the way that it works, and I hope I'm not disclosing too much here, is that before you take your comprehensive exam, you basically submit an abstract of what you have in mind to the department, the lit department, and the literature department then gives you an exam, and the questions on that exam are kind of meant to guide what you're doing or what you're exploring, the different resources that you're putting together. And I've been very thankful for that. I find it very helpful because I think a majority of what I wanted to establish in the way of like conceptual frameworks and stuff are already set. But of course, after your consultation with your mentor, there's still some stuff that needs to be reworked and in my case added. I think I mentioned last night before I wrapped up the vlog that I do need to kind of integrate more of the Philippine context into things. So yes, this girl been busy and I'm kind of contemplating now whether I should stick with the sources I've got, start writing already, and then just go back to reading tomorrow in case there's anything else I want to add, just so the thing that I'm writing primarily is already finished. Yeah, either that or just read everything today and then decide. But I'm probably gonna do the writing first because I'm kind of following the MVP principle of you know, agile event and project management, which is like the minimum viable product, and I'd rather have something on paper already that I can submit to my mentor if, you know, worst comes to worst. So yeah, that's it, pansit, and I'll update you guys again later. Kind of lost momentum after dinner because we were expecting the groceries and then super tagal and then blah 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 blah. But yeah, so now I need to get my momentum back, but I'm not really sure how. So I think I'll finish my abstract because I'm almost done with that, and then I'll do yoga and refresh my mind, maybe take a bath, and then get back to writing the thesis proper. My goal for today is to finish just until the conceptual framework, and then I'll do the RRL tomorrow, probably. Like, I don't want to burn myself out. I'm just not about that life anymore. So yeah. Hello, my friends. It's Sunday. So today is going to be basically like the deadline of passing my thesis proposal, and last night I didn't get as far as I wanted to in writing the actual proposal, but I think I did pretty well with the abstract. So now I actually already have around like 56 pages down, but I need to integrate more of my news sources into it. So that's basically the itinerary for today. It's around 9 a.m. now, and yeah, also what a cool shirt, huh? This is from Crimson River Tattoo, which is where I usually get inked. Anyway, right, so now I'm gonna have some coffee. My friend, sorry for my voice, it's just really early. My friend Kits, who makes banana bread, gave me some banana bread. So I'm really excited for breakfast for once, because it's not gonna be something like Special K. Like, it's not gonna be Special K or like Nestle Fit cereal, or what do you call that, or like a granola bar, which was kind of my recourse yesterday. So yeah, let's have coffee and let's finish this thesis proposal today. This is what my coffee corner looks like. Blonde, I love you, Frank. Where the heck are you? Okay, so I feel like I've made different types of coffee on this channel, like pour over for sure, French press for sure, and Nespresso for sure. I actually don't like the Nespresso capsules, and I feel like anyone who owns an espresso machine will tell you that, just because the flavor isn't very smooth, like it's not very good. So what I use are these snack pack Nespresso compatible things by Yardstick. Yardstick is a specialty cafe that's situated in Makati. So I have two flavors. I have peach crumble pie and golden ticket, so the yellow ones. are the peach crumble pie, and strangely enough, the peach ones are a golden ticket. So golden ticket is like my go-to. It's just so freaking delicious. We're gonna make that today. So after you put that in, you just press this, which warms up the water, and that gives you time to get your cup. Insane. It looks so beautiful, and it has this like banana almost pudding top. Oh, I'm so excited.
experiences or ideas that you're sharing in those moments that, you know, you have to kind of stop yourself when writing and being like, do I want to say that? Do I want to share that? Do I want to express that on a track and kind of broadcast it out to the world?
I am dying inside. I've been saying dying inside to hold you because I'm dying inside. Well, I mean, there has been progress on ye olde thesis proposal. So right now, I'm already on the review of related literature portion, which will seek to contextualize everything in terms of Filipino consciousness and culture and all of that good. So yeah, I'm really hoping that I can finish this part because I think honestly a majority of like the difficult things to articulate will be here, just because the Filipino consciousness is just such a crazy whack one. Like, there's so many things to take into consideration. Of course, there's history, post-colonialism, and there are the nuances of that too, like Spanish occupation versus American occupation. What did we get from the Spanish? What did we get from the Americans? Why are we so obsessed with Hollywood? And of course, there always has to be a footnote or something on the language. And and you know, it's always kind of a very exhausting thing to have to be able to explain, even if everyone knows why the thesis is in English, why the poetry is in English. So yeah, I have my work cut out for me. I had a really good vegetarian pizza for lunch, which is like a random thing that I just want to say. And I was supposed to film also my reading wrap-up today, but it's already 3:45. I'm not sure if the sun will last. I'm not sure if I should do that now. But maybe, oh god, I hate being late, like with the YouTube videos, at least for my own personal schedule, so we'll see. Maybe if I finish all of this by 5:30, I think I can film, even if it's already nighttime. I'll just set up the ring light and everything. Yeah, anyway, that's it. That's my progress so far. I will update you guys again later. Hi everyone, it's the next day. So last night I successfully passed the critical theory part of my thesis proposal. So if you guys aren't familiar with the way that lit paper works, or like a lit thesis works, there's a part that focuses on like the critical side of things, the theoretical side of things. And I was telling this to my friend who's an architect. Hi Angie, if you're watching. And I was explaining that basically the critical theory part is the framing and the context of your project. So something that I'm really glad the academe is kind of concerned with now is that work doesn't just exist in a vacuum. You're not expected to write something that will not be able to sort of situate itself in a greater sociological awareness and context. So yeah, that part I finished and I'm very happy. So today I'm starting this vlog late because I had a really hectic work day today. So yeah, now I will just be working on the actual poems, the actual poetry, and yeah. I'll also be watching some films with Nora Honor in them, since that is my primary preoccupation for this thesis. So yeah.